Hey guys, once again, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Amber. We are a homeschooling, home renovating, small business owning family of 4. If you hear a lot of banging, my husband is downstairs working on our kitchen floor. It's just coming up the stairs. I'm not able to close the door because our house is an absolute disaster. But if you have been following along, you know that I am calling this our back to school week. And in today's video, I'm going to show you my homeschool planner. I've used this type of planner I think this is my 3rd year using it. And it is from School Nest. I get them off of Amazon. I'm sure there are other places that you can get them, but Amazon is where I have purchased my 3. I like it because it is the homeschool lesson planning minimalist notebook. And honestly, for me, it could probably be a little bit more minimalist, but it works a lot better for me than a lot of the other really in-depth homeschool planners. But I will flip you around and we can take a look at it. Okay, so this is the planner that I chose for this year. I will try to remember to link the other videos that I made of my past lesson planners from School Nest in this video. I apologize if I forget to do it, but I will try my best to do so. So they are always like a soft back, I guess I want to call it. It's never been a hardcover lesson planner, which is fine. I like that. Some introductory pages here, planning and journaling, 12 undated monthly calendars, 12 monthly planning and reflection pages, 52 weekly overview 2-page spreads, 52 weeks of planning grids, and 4 end of the year reflection pages. I don't use a whole lot of these. This is just my little doodle page. I forgot what grade my kid was in, so I had to wipe that out, and then I've never put it back in, but Keaton's in 7th grade, and Kinsey is in 2nd grade, and so that's pretty much the extent of what I've used these pages for. There's a page for a calendar, and then there's a page for field trips and events. We don't use this. I have a calendar on the wall, and that is where I keep everything. Daily tracker. Well, the last ones I used, I think it said attendance. I think it said attendance at the top, but I don't recall. But this is where I will keep track of my kids' school days. It's kind of a quick at a glance type thing. If somebody wants to come in and say, well, how many days have you done in August, or how many, I can just flip and show them. So yeah, just a kind of an at a glance type thing. Progress tracker I won't use. Lists and plans. This is where I have written what we're doing with each kid. So Keaton, math, language arts, science, history, what classes he's taking at our co-op, what unit studies I have created for him, and like any YouTube videos or books that we're going to read. Same with Kinsey, science, math, geography, spelling, reading, social studies, health, history. She has way more than he does, and I'm not sure why that is. And then the classes that she's taking in their co-op. A book list if you want to keep track of that. month of, plan and reflect pages, another month of, plan and reflect, and I believe that goes for all 12 months, or I believe there were 12. There was enough room for 12 months. That's what I'm trying to say. And then we get into maybe our weekly overview. Okay, so then we get into our weekly overview, and as you can see, I haven't done anything with this. Daily trackers, I haven't done anything with that. This is really the extent of what I use. So at the top, I put the day of the week, and I've included Saturday and Sunday in case we do any field trips over the weekend, or we're feeling really good about ourselves and want to get a few extra days of school in, we can do schoolwork on Saturday and or Sunday. This was not in my planner last year. I did not have this little thing up here where you can put the date, or the year, which was really cool. But I just write the day of the week, the date, and then on the side I have Keaton, so he has these two little squares, and then Kinsey, she has these two little squares that I write the schoolwork that they get done in. And what I do is I reverse plan. I do not write anything in here until we have done the work, because too many times have I planned out the school year and we've been sick, or we just didn't feel like doing the schoolwork and we got behind on that plan, and then I'd have to redo it and reprint it and rewrite it or whatever, and it was way too stressful. So the only thing I do is I plan out what I'd like to get done each week or each day in the week. And then once we get that subject finished and however many pages we get finished, then I write it in here. We are actually only through our first week of school, so there's not much on the next page. Tomorrow I will plan what we're going to do for the week, which I'm recording these on a Saturday. So on Sundays, I plan what we do for the next week. Kinsey's birthday is on Saturday, and then the kids' birthday party is on Sunday because Keaton's birthday is on the 19th. So happy birthday to my kiddos. But this is exactly how I utilize this planner. Nothing goes in it until we've done it. And it's 52 weeks of undated, so I haven't written into all of it, but just well into the school year, and then as I get closer to these pages, I can add more. And then it goes on and on and on. How many of you know that song? As it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was. Okay, I know there's pages back here. Somewhere. Okay, so then there's reflect on the year pages if you want to write any notes or anything like that. And then the end page. Oh, so they do have a website. So instead of just going to Amazon, you can go to theschoolnest.com. And then they have a QR code here too if you want to scan that and check it out. I've really been happy with her lesson planners so far. So, and they're pretty inexpensive too. I think they're under $30, maybe even $25. I'm not 100% sure. But yes, definitely check them out if you are looking for a more of a minimalist planner. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me yet again this week. I really appreciate your love and support, and hopefully you learned something new about planners. So thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.